So I'm gonna be doing a story time. This literally happened yesterday that I got in trouble. So basically, I have Spanish for my lunch period. So for my lunch period is Spanish class. So we basically, I have sea lunch. If it's this way or this way, I don't know. Sea lunch, and there's this kid that sits next to me, and we got assigned seats because that's just what the teacher wanted to do. So she gave us assigned seats, and I was like, okay, whatever. So the first day he was quiet, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be a good table because everybody's quiet. So I've been dealing with his crap for the past 2 weeks. In the third week of school, I literally got sick and tired of it because it's been giving me headaches, and I think he was high that day. It was actually yesterday. I think he was high because he was acting like a high person would. So I was like, he was literally just talking and talking and talking, and he literally got on my nerves that I got a headache and I wanted to go to sleep. But I couldn't go to sleep because the teacher kept on telling me to wake up. And like, how do the teacher expects me to learn whenever somebody next to me is literally being the loudest person there can ever be? And I literally told him, hey, can you shut up because you are literally being so loud and your voice is giving me a headache. I told him that. So he got quiet, and then the girl that sat across from us, she was like, oh, it feels so weird because he's quiet. And then I just looked at her, and then I was like, you literally heard me say that I have a headache because of him, and you want to like try to get him to talk more. So whenever it was time for lunch, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go eat. And so I took my work with me, so that way I didn't want to go back to class because I wasn't feeling it. So I didn't go back to class. I did this twice because I didn't want to deal with his bull crap. And so the second day I did it, it was yesterday. And the first day they didn't tell me nothing, but the second day they called my mom. So they supposedly were looking for me whenever I don't think they were because they didn't find me. And I was literally inside the lunchroom. Literally, if the police were good searchers, they would have found me, but they didn't. So I was just sitting there doing my work with my friend helping me, and she was helping me doing my work, and I literally got 2 pages done worth of Spanish work. And I actually did learn a little bit from what she was telling me. And so after that, I was in my 8th period after the day lunch had stopped. So we went to 8th period, and then the teacher had got a phone call. And then the teacher was like, yes, she's in here. And then the teacher had called my name. She was like, Miss Banda, you have a phone call for you. So I went to the phone, and then I was like, hello? And then it was like some lady from 2nd floor. I don't even know what her name was. But she was like, Lauren, were you inside of your 7th period class? I was like, yes, I was in there. And then she was like, well, where were you for the rest of class? I was like, to be honest, I ain't even gonna lie, I was inside lunch because I didn't want to be in there. And then she was like, were you skipping? I was like, yeah. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to your teacher and there's gonna be consequences. And I was like, okay. And I hung up the phone because I had to go write my essay I was doing. And so my mom, she had texted me. Let me just show you guys the text message because I don't feel like saying it. So she had told me this. She had basically told me, your teacher just called me. You're skipping the Spanish when you I'm trying to read it backwards. When you go to lunch, you're not going back to class. She said you have detention on Monday. Call me whenever you get out of school. Mom knows. She's going to talk to you too. So right there, whenever she had sent me that text message, I had told my teacher, can I call my mom? And then she was like, is it an emergency? I was like, yeah. So I went outside and I called my mom. And my mom was like, so why weren't you in class? And I told her the story. And then she was like, well, you have detention on Monday. And then I was like, okay, it's just a detention. And then she's like, I was not trying to get in trouble, but you know what? I'm going to try to do my best in that class now, because honestly, that kid, he can like go choke on a stick because I don't care. Anyways, I got in trouble this week because of the stupid kid and basically me not going to class. So the only thing I got in trouble was so my consequence was a detention. It's just a detention, homie. It's not gonna kill me. But anyways, yeah, that was my story of me getting in trouble because skipping, quote unquote skipping. I personally don't think it was skipping, but the teacher said it was skipping. It's an amazing life of high school. I mean, if anything else happens, I will make a story time, because why not?